Hi there. Today we are in SkyDrive and we're going to be creating an Excel survey using the web app Excel Survey. As you see, I can click on the down arrow next to Create in the menu bar, and under Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote web apps, you'll see the Excel Survey web app. We're going to name it, we're going to use this for a special project where students need to collect data for something. We don't have to define it at this point. But we don't really want the students to see the other students' collected data, but we want it all to drop into one Excel spreadsheet. After the students have collected all the data, the teacher's then going to be able to share out the whole Excel spreadsheet for everyone to see. Sometimes, as teachers, we don't want them to see the other collected results. Sometimes we don't want them to see it, and it's also something about them not editing other students' rows in the spreadsheet. And this would prevent that from happening, so it's kind of a useful tool. The Survey app is really just another part of the Excel spreadsheet app. It just gives us the ability to ask questions and let them fill in answers to the questions, and it drops the data into different cells in the spreadsheet behind the scenes. So we're going to name this Student Project Data Collection. Of course, you would name it for whatever the project was that you're actually having the students collect the data for. And we click Create. Now it's going to start asking us how we want the survey that the students are going to actually be taking to fill in their data to look. So we need titles and things of that nature. So we're going to give it the same name again here, Student Project Data Collection. And you could add more here, please enter your data as requested in the following questions. And of course, the students would already have the questions that they need to collect the data on. So the first question, okay, when you click in that space to enter the first question, actually you're going to get a lot of things to fill in on a pop-up. So the question itself is going to go here. And I'm just making this up as I go, but how many items did you observe? You could put in more information here, but you don't have to. Now on this one, response type, you could leave it text, but if you want, and they can enter numbers for text, but if you want the numbers to be able to be included in calculations, you need to change to number. But you can also have them answer paragraphs, a date, a time, or just yes or no. Or you can even pick choice, and then it will pop up some more space where it would give you, like A, B, C, D type choices that you could set up. I'm going to set this one for number. I also am going to check the required box because I don't want them to be able to get out of this screen without answering that question. For the number, you can specify a certain format for the number, and since in my case it's going to be a whole number, I don't really need to do any of these things. So I'm just going to leave that alone, and I don't have a default answer. But you could put in 0, for example, and then they would have to then change it if it wasn't 0. But I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to click Done. I can also delete it. You may have noticed that, but I'm not going to do that. If I need to get in again, I just click the cog, and I can get in to edit the question. Okay, it's time to add another question, and you'll notice every time I click Add Another Question, it gives me another Add Another Question below that. Okay, so the next question, I'm just going to make this up as I go. How much data did you collect? It could be anything. I'm just making this up. And again, this would be a number type of response. I'm going to require it. I'm not going to give it any format. I'm done. Another question I would ask is, what is their name? What is your name? Because I want to know who's providing each row of data that is in the spreadsheet that's going to be the result. Or it might be, what is your group name? Or what group number were you in? Or what are the names of everyone in your group? You could put that too. I'm going to leave this one as text. Of course, it's going to be required, and then I'm done. And you can just keep going on and on, but I think we've done enough here. And then down here at the bottom, the next thing we would do would be to click to share the survey. And what we're doing to share it here is we're going to actually be given a way to let the students find the survey on the internet. So I'm going to click share survey, and it's doing its thing. And so now it's saying get a link to your survey, which is the one and only way it's providing us to share right now. And so anyone who has this link will be able to submit answers without signing in. They will not be able to see the results. So this is pretty public. This may not work for you. I'm pretty sure that if you do this same thing in SkyDrive Pro within the Office for Education version, that you might get another option within Team Sites, and that might restrict who's seeing it more than just this public link. It's still private in a way, because if they don't have the link, they're not going to find it. Okay, so I'm going to click Create to create my link. And there's my link. But that link is a big old link, and I don't want it that big. So I'm going to click the shorten button over here, and it's going to give me a much smaller link. At this point, I'm going to right click on it and click copy. You could also pick, edit copy as well. Okay, so now I'm going to click done. And so now I could see my blank Excel spreadsheet, and as the students collect the data, I can go into my SkyDrive and view where they're at. They won't be able to see this spreadsheet at all at this point. Okay, but I did copy a link that I now need to go and distribute to the students, and there's a lot of ways I could do that. I could go into email and just email them all the link. More likely, though, I'm going to post it on our class team page, and that would be a quicker way and a more private way to get that link out to the right people. I'm just going to paste the link right in here in the browser and go to it, and you'll see what it looks like here. We'll actually pretend we're taking the survey. So, it says the name of the project, data collection. How many items did I observe? I'll say 12. How much data did you collect? That doesn't even make sense to me right now, that question. But anyway, there it is. And then what is your name? My name is Susie. Okay, and then they click submit. And it says thank you. Your response was received. Okay, now I'm the teacher again. I'm going to go in and look at the spreadsheet, and you could see that data has been collected, and it would continue to build on that. Okay, maybe now the survey's done, and I would like to share this with the class. Maybe they're going to do something with that data. So at this point, in Excel web app, I go over to File, and I click Share here. When I click Share here, I have a couple of options. One is I can invite other people to view and edit the workbook, and that might be the way I do it, but I would have to then put in every single student's email address, and that isn't the quickest way, in my opinion, to do that. Instead, I would pick the embed code, and I would embed the spreadsheet into my team page. And so I'm going to click Generate, because I still don't really want them to do anything with it. So anyway, okay, so other than view it. So now I can I click the embed code generator, and I can now make some selections here. I can let people sort and filter when they look at this. I can let people type into the cells. No, I don't want that. I can always start with a certain cell selected. That's not necessary. I can also change the width and the height of the spreadsheet. I can get rid of the grid lines and things like that. I can change the range rather than to see them seeing the whole workbook, but that's okay with me. Okay, and then down at the very bottom of the screen is the embed code. I now need to highlight that, copy it, right click, copy, and then I trot over to my web page for the team page, and I would have to go into the mode where I could edit the HTML, and I would paste that in. It would be in the source code view. And I paste that in, and so when the students go to that page, they would then see the data. So thank you very much for visiting my Excel survey lesson. Thank you. Now to figure out how to get out